We spent $400 on whiskey. We're gonna show you what we bought. We wanna hear in the comments how we did.
Barrell Bourbon, batch 036. This is $89.99.
And did we buy this one? No, we didn't. The video's already a mess. This was provided to us by Barrell themselves, and they specifically said, stop pretending like you bought the things that we sent you and tell people we sent you the sample. Cask strength at 114.44 proof. This is a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys. Kentucky, 8-year bourbon whiskey. Indiana, 7.5, 8, and 10-year bourbon whiskeys, and Tennessee 8 and 15-year whiskeys go together to make a fantastic batch. And Barrell, doing work, always good at transparency, has moved the blend, the mix of whiskeys, to the front of the label to increase transparency on what they're doing. What do you get on that nose?
Gummy bears.
Really?
I'm not joking.
And then just like this toasty almond, toasty oak around it.
I'm gonna tell you one thing.
I'm ready.
Do you remember Epcot?
Of course I do.
Okay, the Norway area.
Sure.
Where the frozen rye is.
Oh yeah.
You get the school bread. You have to go into the store.
Oh my gosh.
And a little bit of this custardy. I don't even want to talk right now. Lemon, lime grinds, or not grinds.
Rinds, yeah.
Rinds. This is so delicious. Oh, gosh, hold on. I'm getting a burnt caramel in here. Now my mouth is just a warmth of, I'm gonna say bourbon.
It is, I think that gummy bear comes over. There is this rock candy and or pop rock vibe. Like the homemade stuff your neighbors would make. Or like if you go to like some high-end confectionery store in like Gatlinburg, Tennessee, you walk away and you're like, I've never had a rock candy like this.
Oh gosh, yes.
A nice light cinnamon in there. And then there are still like some classic bourbon notes in there too, but it is so complex and layered on top of those classic bourbon notes. This is something that you could sip all day long. Working our way to $400-ish. Kira, what's next?
Old Overholt 10-year casket strength.
Casket strength?
Cask strength straight whiskey, not the gay one. All those words triggered me very much.
This is a 10-year sexually neutral bottle. So Old Overholt 10-year, we've seen a lot of different prices for it. What's really gonna piss off some people that watch this video is we didn't buy any of these in the store. We don't have any relationships to get these.
They're gonna be like, did you try that at your local bar?
Did you make a relationship with the store owner first and then ask him to hold that bottle for you or call you when you got it? We are a couple living in 2024. We ordered all these online and they were hand delivered to our house. I believe we got this one at Bourbon Hunt USA for $99.
It's like a strawberry peach, almost mango as well smoothie. It is so fruity.
On the nose, you would never know it's a rye.
Oh my gosh,
Never know. Now, I'm doing it out of a Kenzie because our Glens are dirty right now, but that does not. No, it's like 121.
You're doing it out of a Kenzie. You're not doing it out of a Northern glass. Those are the best sniffers. How about you sniff this?
We're gonna get in so much trouble with the purest whiskey tube viewers because we didn't go to any stores. I'm not using Glens. People are unsubscribing from this channel in droves. I'm gonna do this. Is this something that whiskey people do?
No. Now you're contaminating it with your hand juices.
Oh, geez. I just hand juiced all of my whiskey. It is now lemon and strawberry on the nose in this Kenzie.
It's so, yes.
But I'm not getting any rye spice. I am getting elements of a very mature whiskey.
That's a fucking good rye whiskey. That's rye. All right. Rye haters. Gosh, I want to bring you to the dark side so bad. Okay, coffee drinkers. Let's put this in a coffee drinker kind of perspective, right? Black coffee. Hated it.
Just called coffee now. This rye, I would again classify as a bourbon drinker's rye. This is one of the very first ryes that I've ever gotten some dominant peanut notes on it, like a Kentucky bourbon. It is so dry roasted peanut, unsalted, along with that rye, with nice light citrus notes over top. The age shines through.
This thing is tits.
Next whiskey on our way to $400. This one is currently in limited availability, or by the time this video comes out, it may be sold out of its limited availability, potentially to come back to the Nerds and Turds store sometime in the very near future. For $64.99, our Patreon got a limited release of a Bardstown Bourbon Co. High Rye 6.5-year bourbon, proofed at perfection at 122 proof.
Is a giant grape nut.
It reminds me also of a breakfast cereal. Is it Special K that had like the flakes and the dehydrated strawberries in it? Like very much like that, but that after like a little bit of milk is hydrated it a little bit, and you kind of get that waft of strawberry that comes up, that waft of the oats just starting to get some moisture in it. I could nose this for days.
Iced tea?
Maybe, this is gonna be weird, like a pear seltzer?
I don't really know what a pear is. I've had a pear one time in my life, and it was sandy, and I vowed to never eat it again.
Pears are like vaginas, sometimes they're sandy.
All right, I'm going in.
Gene, you son of a bitch.
It's sweet, it's charcoaly.
This nose is so deceptive, and I understand why Gene literally does not want to part with 50 gallons of it at Cat's Eye. Dark red fruits, barrel char, the right amount of oak, but I wouldn't say oak spices. Just dark oak, burnt barrel, dark fruits,
Yep.
burnt brown sugar, molasses. This finish is continuing to go on in this subtle yet strong, mature way. Next on this list, Old Louisville 7-year, and for $99, we had to pick it up. This is 112.8 proof. It is MGP bourbon, and Old Louisville doing big things, about to crack this thing and get into it.
It's wet powdered sugar. It's almost like that hard icing smell on top of Christmas cookies.
This is a moist powdered donut, even though we're trying to cut back on our use of the word moist.
Yes.
This one brings me back to something that we have not said in a long time about MGP bourbon, but we used to say it all the time. It is like a dark burnt oak influenced bubblegum. It has that classic MGP bubblegum flavor or flair on it.
Yeah, so it's like the gum isn't pink, but it's made out of the fibers of the barrel.
The suit is black knot.
This suit is not black.
No, not has to be the end.
Okay.
Okay.
This suit is black nut.
That is fantastic.
It is a really good change of pace, honestly, from what we have just had. And I love everything that we just drank. But those are on the sweeter side, which I prefer. I love it. This one, I'm like a savory meat dinner girl.
Last but not least, was for sale on Bourbon Outfitters for $60, doing big things at great prices. This is Starlight Cigar Batch Bourbon Whiskey finishing
Bourbon
and rum barrels. Where else are you gonna get a cigar batch bourbon for $66? Starlight, that's where you're gonna get it. This one is 4.5 years old and proofed at 117.3.
Shit, smell that.
A beautiful perfume.
It smells like a ding dong. No. But this to me smells all chocolate. I'm just getting mocha. It's a Sara Lee Swiss roll, Sara Lee ding dong. It's a Sara Lee. When Christmas time comes out, it's the Christmas one, but with the chocolate cake, not the vanilla cake.
I think the finish is outstanding. It is, you know what I think? That some cigar batches, it just ends up being like all finishes and you sort of lose the bourbon in there somewhere. This is not that. This is a perfect balance of a couple of finishes over a really strong 4.5-year bourbon. This perfect to pair with a cigar. A lot of tobacco notes on there. Just having the two finishes created like this beautiful, deep, dark tobacco flavor over top of what I believe to be a more mature bourbon than the age statement proclaims it to be.
Oh, the tobacco, though.
Love
It's
it.
sweet, and I love it. The sweetness of this. Gosh, it's better than a Swisher Sweets. And y'all know I love those bitches. Let's do a little mischief action. You know what I would love?
I would love to know what you would
A
love.
Chuck E. Cheese, but it's called Cheezo Pete's. Because instead of a mouse, it's a cheese talking, and I would still get pizza. Do you remember the Hamburglar?
The what?
Hamburglar?
The what?
So I texted Dan and I texted Sean to their actual numbers, right? Because I'm like, VIP, I have our numbers. They're gonna fall down this parachute hole. It's like a hole that you go down. Do you think that when we get on Earth, we're like, yes, let me name all the animals? I'm sure, the Bible does say that, okay? But we don't know words. We can't name all these things, okay?
So you're saying
aliens had to come over and help us. They were helping you name a hippopotamus, a platypus, and then you get a frog and a dog, and then a log, a chog probably somewhere.